Oh, Peggy. Oh, there's Dick. I guess this is a surprise, huh? And Doris and Dorland. Oh, Kathy, Kyle Johnson. Oh, great. Oh yeah, now we got to give everyone a kiss here. Everyone a kiss.
There's one place.
These must be some friends, old friends. Oh, yes. Oh, how happy she is. Oh, isn't it? Nobody's taking a picture.
He was almost surprised. She read about
These are some of some co-workers, Rebecca. And I don't know who these other people are.
I guess she felt kind of
Dorothy. And I didn't even recognize her to begin with. That must be her husband. And Barbara. See,
main table here. If you'd like to come up closer, I can sit in the back, way in the back.
Really, I got tricked into this role tonight by Lana. She told me I was going to be, she told me I was going to be co-MC. Yeah, I know. And she said, well, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. So I figured, oh, that's easier. Hell, I get up here and I don't have to say it again. But then I thought about melody. Even before I was in kindergarten. This is a true story, believe me. And I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Melody took me to Girl Scout camp when I was 5 years old, and she was 16, maybe 17. To spend the day. And this is the honest to God truth. Don't deny it. And so after all the opening ceremonies where these girls had all their, Girl Scout uniforms on and everything, they were told to go back to their cabins or whatever it was, dormitories, I guess. But when old Melody got ready to change into her leisure clothes, then I learned lesson number one. There is a difference between boys and girls. She was one of those premature blue ones against the door. True story. Believe me. And after about 15 or 20 seconds, there was a little knock on the door. And it was Gordon, her brother-in-law. And he said, well, now that you've shown me where the can opener is, will you get Dick and I a beer? And all the grievances, all the complaints, all the harassment type charges, I know there have been no sexual harassment charges filed between these two.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have a good stories like Gary had. I don't have a repertoire of jokes like my predecessor, Kaz, had. So I'm going to be a little bit on the serious side for a couple of minutes. Because back in 1970, when it seemed that our work there may have been a little bit less hectic and a little less stressful and maybe a little more fun at times. It's really highly commendable that she has persevered for these past 20 years. I'm sure there have been one or two or three times when she probably was ready to tell me or others where to go and to walk out the door herself and seek a quieter, gentler world somewhere else. So, I can do nothing but provide you with the tools and wish you well as you head off to Branson, Missouri.
Okay, I noticed a few tears, but things are going to get lighter. For the next presentation, I'd like for Melody's grandson, Jason Akash, to come up. Now this is a poem that Chris wrote, but she's chicken. So she asked me to read it for her, which I will do. And then Jason can make his presentation to his grandmother. This is called Ode to the Canoe. It was early in spring, and all through the county, the rains had been falling, the rivers were flowing. But lo and behold, she wanted to go straight to the rec center to be their best grandma. A canoe, she requested. Oh, please make it two. I have a grandson, he'll want to come too. The canoes were all loaded on top of the cars, all ready and waiting to be launched into waters. The mighty Kishwaukee was hungry and alive, but smiled with joy as he watched them arrive. The canoes were placed ever so gently into the rivers which had risen so greatly. What did it matter that Melody and Dick knew nothing about the ways of the Kish? And what did it matter that Melody and Dick had never even set their rumps in these stumps? As mentioned before, the Kish had been rising, but Melody and Dick were paying no heed. Their only intention was to get in the lead. Away they went in their running canoes, backwards and sideways. They watched them canoe. They missed a few turns, even crashed a few times. But what did it matter? The river grew fatter. Then up ahead, a tree, dead and fallen, was blocking their path. Hey, Mel, quit your stalling. Now paddle, now faster, we're heading right for it. Dick, it's your fault, cried Mel in insult. The canoe toppled over, and gone were the paddles. The mighty Kish had its way down deep in its shadows. The other canoe, filled with their children and grandson, were there in a hurry to rescue, not worry. They all snuggled in their fine canoe in hopes that their destiny would arrive soon. But lo and behold, the Kishwaukee was relentless. Their grandson was still dry. He might grow to resent this. So as they approached their welcoming home site, the old mighty Kish says, just one more fight. The second canoe that's been their lifeboat gets toppled and all end up soaked and afloat. The grandson, confused and wondering what's next, is pretty amused at all this big mess. The canoes and the paddles, what? Says the rec center. The clerk was amazed at Mel, the runner. But in the end, all was not lost. Dick managed to save his glasses from cost, and tucked in his pocket so dear to his chest, his cigarette survived, still dry in his vest. This day was a lesson, at least one does hope. The grandson is wishing Dick and Mel learn to cope. And as their life continues together, Jason wishes they'll remember and always take heed. Here, Grandma, here, Grandpa, this canoe is your speed. Thank you, Jason, for helping the musical tribute.
Sometimes it's been a pleasure to know Melody. Whether it be doing her job or dancing at the Elks Club, canoeing on the mighty Kish, or planning balconies. She does everything with pizzazz and gusto. I'll miss you, Melody. We would like to give you a musical tribute. I'm afraid it's not quite going to be up to the standard that you were treated to on Tuesday night. I won't tell if you won't. In fact, there's a kind of a story that comes to mind that might summarize how you're all going to feel after this musical tribute is over. Certainly not the same Indian that Ferris and Shay saw Tuesday night. Apparently that Indian was quite healthy. I won't ask them if they want to explain how healthy he was, I'll let them, but that's a thing. There was this Indian who was ill, and he went to his medicine man looking for a cure, and so the medicine man brought out this 3 foot long thong, and he tied 3 knots in the thong, and he said, okay, you eat all 3 knots, and you will be well. So the Indian chief went back to his teepee, and each day he ate through that thong and ate a knot out of each thong. And after the 3rd day, he still wasn't quite feeling up to par, so he went back to the medicine man and he said, well, the thong is gone, but the malady lingers on. Kind of summarize the way you're going to feel about this musical tribute. And sing the melody to A Pretty Girl Is Like a Melody. Kathy, are you ready?
Okay, the next person on our program is Cheryl Schaefer, who has some greetings from former co-workers.
Boys who weren't able to attend tonight, but before I get to that, I really would like to thank everybody who made this evening possible. Definitely all these people sitting here at the head table are crucial. Dave, Melody, without you, Gary Smith, thank you. Peggy Abbott, you're down. And all those of you in the financial aid office who made this possible, please stand up for a second. Jerry? Lana Martin? Said, Melody,
Betsy Ballhart.
Melody, I had to write when I heard about your new adventure. Melody, I'm not sure about a lot of things that are written in these letters.
What's this with Mazola oil, Melody?
Here, all I knew about Mazola oil was to cook with it. Finally, Melody, I can admit that on the following Christmas, when I drew your name for the infamous White Elephant gift at Frank Cass's Christmas party, I knew the perfect gift for you. Useful in so many ways for a creative mind. Like yours.
Dick said the Mazola oil works too. We missed that one on tape, but he did. He said that.
There's another letter here. I'll just read it before I even acknowledge who this is from. In thinking of our many years of association, Melody, from caves of Missouri to racetracks in Kentucky, I was reminded of the time you were in Champaign-Urbana for a meeting. Melody had spent the night at Jumer's Castle Lodge. At breakfast the following morning, she was complaining of the fire alarm kept going off. It's to Ms. Melody Amundsen, and I knew the count. Dear Ms. Amundsen, your statement of account has been forwarded to me for collection. You have repeatedly been billed for King Motel. But Corn King Motel, it was a double suite, June 16, 1990. Charge was $79. And then we have Billy Bob's Liquor. Southern Comfort, 1 case. Delivered to the Corn King Motel. $175, Melody. Play Guy Incorporated. 1 dancer, male, Indian. Alcohol to the Corn King Motel. $100. Well, whips are us. Corn assorted party kit. $75. Lance's Music, 1 brand brass tuba. For rental only. $50. And then Acme rental for a trampoline. For $25. This total due is $900. The conclusion of this is I would like to add on a personal note that I try not to make any moral judgments about the accounts I handle. However, judging by your above list of party favors, you're my kind of woman.
Oh, I missed her name. That was Miss Ringler. That was Miss Ringler. Used to be the associate director.
I put all that on Form 13337 when they call.
The last letter, so Melody is retiring, good for her. I won't be able to attend the festivities, but have enclosed a poem a lady recently shared with me. And this is from Roseanne Pankowitz, who used to, is Volnoy is her new married name, okay? And she writes, A Child's View of Retirement.
Sister, the wife, who has a few nice things to say about Melody. She's scared also. Bear with her.
but she is just a little forgetful. I mean, when Terry was a baby, she had a fever one day. And Melody handed her to Dick and said, I'll go get her some aspirin. And then she came back. She left the room and then she came back. And she sat down and Dick said, where's the aspirin? Melody had taken it herself. Melody, do you want to tell the story on your husband? Do you want to tell the story on your husband? Yeah. Okay. Let me tell one other thing. Those two share nightmares together.
At the same time?
Yeah, at the same time. Dick, one night in his nightmare, yelled out, who are you? Who are you? And Melody couldn't think of who she was. So she jumped up and yelled, I'm an American. And then Dick got so scared that he almost jumped up on one side. He started screaming. And my aunt Nicole made a big story and come over and tell him. Dick jumped up and he said, the ceiling's falling, the ceiling's falling. And Melody jumped up and held it up there. I'll let her tell the other story. But she loves to tell this one. So like want me to tell this story. They used to embarrass her to death. When Dick and I were first married, he was going in service, and so for a short time we lived with my mother and father. And they had a big house that had about 5 bedrooms upstairs. And so the first night that we slept there, Dick and I slept in a little room that just had a little twin bed in it. And the next day, and my sister, I was about 20 and she was 15 at the time. And so the next day, Deline said to me, she said, well, that's silly for you and Dick to sleep in that room with that twin bed. She said, why don't you take my room with the, the double bed in it? And I said, yeah, that makes sense, Well, that night Dick went out with the boys and nobody bothered to tell him that we had He came home that night and he went in the bedroom where he slept the night before and he crawled in the twin bed, and he put his arms around his wife and this strange voice said, Dick. Yes, honey. And she said, you're in the wrong bed. Like I said, this was a big house and it had about 5 bedrooms plus a couple closet doors, etc. And I could hear this knocking on each door. Melody, were you in there? And I realized right away what was happening, and I was laughing. And by the time he got to our bedroom, he was so mad.
When I heard that this event was going to take
This is
place,
not
I
Dick
said to
He's
Jerry Long, who told me about it,
telling us a little story here.
I'll come, but only if I can get up and talk. I really don't have too much to say, but as I look back, 28 years ago, I came to DeKalb. And when I came to work for a company that made pianos. And one of my earliest remembrances was I met a man out there who stood a little bit taller than anybody else. A man who was a little bit more honest than most of the rest. And above all, a man who was more loyal and more trustworthy than any of the rest. And that man is the husband of Melody. Dick.
Known me for a long time know that Irene started out being a nice, gentle, kind, honest, never doing anything wrong young lady until I met Melody. Melody introduced me to those movies that now you kind of see on TV once in a while. Not only the movies, but when we used to go to conferences, I always wanted to go to all the meetings. I had to learn everything I could. Not Melody. She wanted to go try on bathing suits. And she loved trying on all those little sexy ones that made me like a postage stamp. That wasn't bad enough, but she made me an addict. Yes, it's awful when you have to get up at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and you need a fix. You run into the kitchen, you open that refrigerator door, and there's that tuna noodle casserole. Left over from the night before. One other thing about Melody, she's really a friend. We were taking a walk one day, and I was pouring my heart out to her, and I said, you know, Melody, when you look around, I think you and I are the only sane ones around. And she looked at me and she said, yeah, Peggy, and I worry about you sometimes. That's a friend. She worried about me. But I do want to wish both Melody and Dick the best of everything. And I know there's a friend that isn't here that would wish her the same.
And the missing friend she did with Lois.
The next speaker is going to tell a story that is true. I swear to God. No. So, Solby Holmes, who is going to be Melody's replacement, will you please come up and tell the story? She's going to just do you justice.
My husband just loved that Norway.
I was very good to tell her this story. Pam Long called me this afternoon and told me this over the telephone. So if I miss a few things, you'll have to fill me in, right, Pam? Okay. I think this happened after Dick and Melody sold their house. They moved into, what apartments were they?
Oh,
Suburban apartments. And in the evening when they were watching television, every time there was an advertisement or anything, Melody would disappear out on that balcony. And didn't understand.
Oh, Melody.
And then pretty soon she'd go back in again, and then the next time there was an advertisement, Melody would go back out again. Well, she finally found out what was going on. The man across the balcony in the other apartment was an exhibitionist. And Melody was going out and watching.
Well, he did get his revenge though afterwards. Dick had, I think, left for a sandwich, for the sandwich fair in the morning, and Melody got up, and all she had on was this little shorty pajamas, and that was all. Just the top. And she went out to get the paper in the morning, but when she opened up the door, the wind came through and slammed the door closed, and she didn't have a key, and there she is out in the hallway with her shorty pajamas on, just the tops, and a newspaper, and she went next door, knocked on the door, to a woman that's obviously never home, except this morning she was there, and was just as shocked to see Melody as Melody was to even find her at home. Tried to explain the story and said if she would just help her across the balcony, that Melody could get in through the back door, through the balcony. So she helped Melody in, and Melody isn't very limber. So she gets out the back, she's able to straddle one of the, what do you call it? The railings. She straddles one railing, and she's stuck. She can't move, she can't get the other leg over. So she asked him if she would just help her with the other leg. And what she did, she just picked the leg up and threw it over. And Melody fell over on the other side with, well, you can imagine how she and as she looked over, here's the exhibitionist standing there watching the whole So we decided, Melody, to make it a little bit easier, a little less conspicuous. Lana and Pam had picked out this perfect gift. And Melody, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me, for being a good friend and helping me after you leave too. Like you said you would. There's another story too. This is a real short one. The other day, well, Melody has a problem understanding people with an accent. And but we get along all right. So we've hired this little girl. She's a Korean girl, and she's just a cute, really nice little girl. And she goes back to tell Melody that there's a girl to see her, a young girl. Well, being Korean, she mixes her R's and L's up, and Melody hears guru. And she thought, oh my God, what? And she said, a guru? And the girl said, yes, a girl. Only comes out guru. Melody thought, my God, what's a guru? And she gets up, and she said, here's this cute little girl sitting there waiting for her.
Okay, to end this on a serious note, I would like Terry Benson, Melody's daughter, to come up here and say a few words.
I'm kind of embarrassed because everybody's had such good stories to tell, and it's all been so fun, and you've all been laughing, and I thought you were kind of boring, but I promise I'll be a little short. One thing, when they first called me, they asked me if I had any stories to tell about my mom, and my mom and dad are two of the funniest people I know. They always have funny things happening to them, but I couldn't remember anything, and it just suddenly dawned on me. I'm Melody's daughter. I'm sure at work she's very good with her memory, but at home she's really not. So I guess I can I couldn't remember the funny things. So I just wanted to say a few nice things about both my mom and my dad. You all know that my dad is also retiring this Wednesday, which I think is really, really special what they're doing together. I'm just really proud of it. I know I speak for both my sisters and our husbands and our whole family. We're both really proud of my mom and dad. They've really been really special parents, and they've been two dedicated, hardworking people, and set a really good example for all their children and their grandchildren, and we're all really proud of them. And I know I can tell this from tonight, from all you people being here, that NIU is really going to miss my mom, and the state of Illinois is really going to miss my dad, and they're losing two really very special people. And most of you probably know my mom hasn't been in the best of health all these years that she's been working. She's had a lot of sickness, but she's kept on going. She's doesn't complain much. She has a lot of aches and pains, and she still goes to work, and it makes me really proud of her. And she's always enjoyed her job. She doesn't complain about it. She always talks about it in such a good way to all her family, and except maybe the last week in August and the first week of July. Other than those 2 or 3 weeks, she says a lot of good things about it. And she's been proud of her achievements, but she doesn't brag about them to us. And even that one big special award that she got, I didn't even realize how special it was, because she never told us how special it was, you know. And I thought that was pretty special of her. I mean, and I don't know, she's always talked about all the great people that she works with, all of you. Jerry Augsburger, she said so many nice things about him, and when Kaz was her boss, so many great things about him. And I see so many names here tonight of people who she's talked about that I haven't known who they were, like Barb there, and oh, I don't know, just many of you, and I just think it's wonderful to finally meet all these great people. She's also talked about her great times at the conventions, and the great time with Rosalind, okay, that she had this last time, and they had such a good time, they ended up in the convention room with all the construction workers. They still had a great time. She even tricked others into coming in there and having a good time too. So they had a good time. But as far as my dad goes, he's, as you all know, he's been a state tax collector. He's worked very hard, and it's not an easy job. I mean, you have a lot of people who give you a lot of hassles, and my dad had to put up with an awful lot for the many, many years. But he had a luncheon on Wednesday, and it was for him from the company that he works with, and it was very, very nice. And it was very obvious to me and everybody, my mom and sister, that he will really be missed there, and he was a very special person to work with, like Neil said over there. He's a really special guy. And he got up at the very end and said a few things, and it's very typical of my dad. He got a little choked up. He's a sentimental guy, and it made me choke up a little too. But he after he finally got his composure back, he said, well, if you're wondering what I'm going to be doing these next few years, he said, you can talk to my wife. She's got quite a list for me that'll keep me busy for a long time. So, and then one of the guys spoke up and said, yeah, the good news is you're retiring, and the bad news is so is your wife. So, but I disagree with that a little bit. I think they're going to have a wonderful time together, very much deserved many, many good years together. They're going to be relaxing. Darling, you're laughing back there. But they're going to be, they'll have some great relaxing times, and they plan on traveling, going fishing in Ozarks, as we all know, and I just hope that Mom is in the business between green paper towels and I don't know if any of you ever heard about the time that she made my dad some sandwiches to go out on a fishing boat with. She was washing the lettuce with green paper towels and she stuck the green paper towels. So Dad made into a very tasty.
Oh, Mindy.
But anyway, I have really mixed emotions. I'm just so very, very happy for them. I really, really am. I just think this is so neat for them. But I'm also a little sad for them because I know this is hard for both of them because they love their jobs and they love all you people and it's going to be sad, a little sad for them too. But I'm also a little selfishly happy because I feel maybe now we'll get to see them a little more often too, you know. And yeah, they've just been really special parents, and I'm glad that we're going to get to see a little more of them. But I just want to thank, well, this has already been said, but I'll say it anyway. I want to especially thank all the committee members that have done this for them tonight. Jerry Augsburger and Dorothy Resniewski and Salve and Cheryl Schaefer and Lana Martin and Kathy Johnson and Shay Good and Cindy Callahan. They put so much time and work into this, and I just think it's really wonderful. Dorothy, I talked to her on the phone so many times, and she was so sweet, and I appreciate so much all you have done for them. And Peggy Abbott, she did play such a big, I don't see her right now. Oh, here's the picture. She did so much for this, and Gary, we thank you so much for getting up and being the MC, but most of all, I want to thank all of you people who came here to make this such a very, very special evening for my parents. Thank you very much.
I would like to give Melody and Dick the opportunity to come up here and refute anything that was said. Or tell any more humorous stories, because I know there's so many more to be told. We'd probably be there all night if we told everything funny that happened to Dick and Melody. But if you would like to come up here,
He'll for all his truthful remarks. Sitting here and listening to Jerry's fine speech and talking about Melody, I don't know who he's talking about. She leaves the NIU up there, and I don't think the same one comes home to her about tonight. I know she's all your friend, and what I'm going to do is take my best friend go fishing for the rest of my life. Thank you.
You know, this is a little unfair because I haven't been able to have a chance to have a speech ready. I am overwhelmed. I look, you know, at all of you, and I just love you all. And I appreciate so much the nice things you said. I only got 3 days to you know, prove that this is true. Jerry, thank you for those kind words. You have been the nicest and the most fair and just boss, you know, I've ever had, and I appreciate all your kind words. And I just appreciate this so much. Well, give me another, you know, 3 days to give a speech of some kind, you know, because I really am overwhelmed. I don't know what to say. I look around at you all,
And thank you for coming, and thank you for saying all those nice things. And that's about all I can say is thank you. I love you all.
As we close tonight, and as Melody, even though she's my cousin, there was no nepotism. It was in a totally different department. And I have been at the university 25 years, and she's been there 20 some, even though she's older than me. I have my ode to Melody. Your years of service mean so much to us. You never complained or even bothered to fuss. Your contributions in aiding the student can only be described as more than prudent. They love you, we love you, your family too. We all wish you the very best in whatever you do. Thank you all.
It's all right, Dorothy. I got you here. This is Dorothy Swanson and her husband Wes. And Dorothy worked with Melody for a long, long time, and she retired a number of years ago. But we're so happy that she and Wes could both make it tonight. Pat, you know, I know you worked at the financial aid office. Pat, you're with Registration and Records now? Good. Okay. And we have Pam here. Pam Wagner works in our office, and now she's financial aid director at Kish. I've known her for a long time, and I love her. and yes, and John, and John works at Kish also. He's the registrar, right? What?
Director of Admissions and Records.
Oh, wow. Good. Well, it's so nice that both of you are here. I wanted to get you on tape. Where's Diane? Diane?
She's right next to you.
You mean with that awful hairdo she has? No, look at her.
Check out that. Get the knees.
The knees? Why? Does she have a run or something, huh? Does she have a run?
Turn it around, yes.
Huh? Do you have a run? Oh, you mean it's short? Oh, wow. You mean you didn't shave your legs, Diane? Shame on you. Shame. You know, you really are in the dark. Could you hold it that way a little bit more? No? Yeah, there you go. Stand to the side. Right, okay. And Melissa, are you going to graduate, Melissa, this year? Yeah, this summer, huh? Great. And you're still in the financial aid? I hear you're going to interview for the concert. Never mind. It's all right. They can hear me. I mean, what I mean. beautiful campus. There's back of Swen Parson. And there's the old library that is also called Swen Parson, but it's the College of Law right now. Beautiful building. And wouldn't you know that Melody snuck up behind me while I was doing this? It's typical Melody. But this is one of our favorite trees. It's a hawthorn. And we got this a few years back in memory of Lois. Well, we're getting ready to present Melody with her gift. And in the meantime, we'll just kind of pan the office a little bit. Well, here we got Melody again. I know, but your intention was there. Well, we're all getting together now for Melody. Here we go.
Melody, on behalf of the entire student financial aid office, these are yours.
Handwriting. I just don't think you can do that, Kathy and Becky, isn't it? As you retire, each of life's seasons, let us don't step with you. Each stage of life has its own rewards, but the retirement years can be the most satisfying. They build upon the acquired wisdom and warm memories of youth, and they provide a chance to savor all the stuff. Retirement is an opportunity to continue exploring who you are, a time to follow new interests and dreams, a special time to share with your family and friends.
Little retirement surprise. Yes.
You evidently didn't see this part on you guys.
How are you?
I could take these things.
Slow. These are all Melody's co-workers here. All her friends are going to miss her.
There's a certain key that we have.
What?
Yes, Melody, you don't have to worry anymore.
Oh, Rebecca.
Oh, save that, Melody. I need that.
There's really something in that.
Come on, Melody. Get down to the nitty-gritty here.
What is it? Pull it out.
Well, I don't want to break whatever it is.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? How lovely.
Good wishes, Melody. Oh, it's SFA. Oh, that's beautiful.
What does it say, Melody?
Good wishes, Melody. Beautiful.
Good for my house.
Another present Melody's opening. And here we go. Oh, that's for her husband. Oh. This one's for Dick?
Happy retirement. Now you go. Thank you so much.
Isn't that pretty?
And that is my favorite building. Okay, yes, yes. I think all buildings
Melody, you want to turn it around a little bit? There we go. Oh, that is beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, you can stop smiling, Melody.
Well, there's a...
I think I should call Big John now.
There's Barbara right there, isn't there?
There's a sign back there. I don't know if I could pull it in or not. It's, what does it say?
Farewell, Melody.
Farewell, Melody, we'll miss you. Oh, great. Of course we'll miss her.
How's everybody?
This is Barbara Henley. I think she's the student affairs. And there's Jerry. Okay. That's Jerry Augsburger and Melody and Dr. Henley. I believe she's the Vice President of Student Affairs. That's a nice picture. That's something Melody. Melody, what did she say?
If it's 4:30, about 4:30. We've got the students here.
Well, I was going to say,
Come over at 4:30.
at a specific time, we could say, okay, we have to have one person on the front counter, one person on the telephone, one person on Cindy's phone at a minimum.
I can work
Everyone else go in math for 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, it won't take very long.
And as Melody sits waiting for the end of her time at the university to come, and we have so many pleasant memories and some unpleasant, but mostly pleasant memories. And this is her beautiful table that they've set up here. And pretty soon we'll be recording all the people.
I
Now,
was thinking of you last night because I had took everything home and I took one of your books home.
this is Ven Nord, and she works in the financial aid office.
Secretary to job location?
That's right, job locator. That I couldn't think of the name for a minute.
You forgot
Yeah, how could I ever forget that?
Soon we forget.
I know. And you listen. How long have you been there? Huh?
11 years.
That's a good 11 years. This is a little student worker. Her name is Kathy Lee, and she helps Dorothy Resnowski in scholarships. Sweet little girl. This is an old friend of Melody's, Bob Henson, I believe his name is, and he works on grounds crew. That's what he does. But Bob,
I don't think I'm going to forget Bob.
well, now,
I don't think I'll forget Bob.
all right, what was Bob's last name?
Wallace.
Wallace. I stand corrected, because I called him something else, but it wasn't a bad name. Oh, this is Felicia, and her husband works in the office. His name is Charles, and she's come to the reception here. How sweet of her. Melody said, I think a friend of yours is up here, and I knew right away it was you. Not only is this Melody's last day, but it's also Halloween, and so people are coming dressed up. This is Peggy from the bursar's office, and a young man that has worked at the bursar's office for a number of years. And his name is John.
Silver.
Melody knows where he lives.
I like that though, I do.
I only dress for the best when I have one of these things.
Well, Mom's gonna leave.
I've been there. We're gonna have a service for the time. That is a reception of going back and getting your full day's work.
Oh, this is Chris.
Yes, you can. Don't tell him what your name is. He's here for text.
To dress as a coach.
I had on big glasses and, messy hair and kind of crazy.
This is Chris, your daughter, who I think right now works in the athletic department.
Let's see what he has.
For the women's basketball coach. Mm-hmm. Okay, these young ladies are university auditors, and they're here to inspect Melody's work. Joanne Abbott from computer, and Barbara Twombly from computer services somewhere. And here is Dick. Ta-ta-da-da-da! How nice that he made it.
Your boy was there, was he freshman? Oh.
Just turned 14 and wants to be
It's all ready? Oh.
They decided they weren't going to pay you afternoon, huh? Yeah, 12 o'clock, you're done. One. Little one, my foot, she's 39. Oh, now these are people from the financial aid. Cheryl Schaefer and, hi Cheryl. And Linda Dersch. Yeah, there's Linda. Hi, Linda. This is Cindy Callahan, who is now secretary, I believe, to Jerry. And I don't know who the other young lady is with her, but we'll sure find out in a hurry. Just a minute. We have Paula Lane and Rebecca. Rebecca, what's the last name? Ah, okay. Hi there. All right, this is Sally, and she is from the President's Office. I believe that's Jack Scott from payroll. Don't know these people. There's Mary King, who used to be in the provost office, and she's back now. And I don't know where she's working. I know she's working on campus somewhere, but I don't know exactly where. There's another young man that works in the financial aid office. Okay, there's Ken, and I think I saw Kathy Kyle Johnson walk in, and she stopped. Okay, there's Lana. There's, oh, here, get her anyway. She probably knows her. Who is that? This is Donna, and she works for the insurance office. And I don't know who the young man is that she's with.
I know, I
hate these people that get so skinny, Sandy. I love you. You know, to get all these people in here. This is Ralph Chapman, and I understand he went to school with Susan, my oldest daughter.
At this point, I really do. So listen, as a gesture of appreciation from Campus Recreation, we want you to have, so you know also that once you become a retiring member, you have free membership to the Parks. So you should come on in and get yourself a membership card. And
You know, what we should have had on here though was a canoe.
yeah. What do we have, a tent? No canoe? Yeah, we have a tent. No canoe. That's all right. Well, we certainly.
Since I lost Solvay's trust, but since Ferris is right close there, she'll read it. And open them.
It says, to all my friends in the financial aid office, I want to thank all of you, not just for what you did, which was wonderful, but for the way you did it, for the smiles and the warmth and the caring you put into it. You're all very special people. Thanks for making me feel special too. Melody, what's in this box is for you all, but is to be kept in trust by Soleil.
And this is Chapman? No, it isn't. I can't think of his name right
Says, just a few necessities for that bottom drawer. Melody was our resource person for all of these things. So. Oh, sorry, kids. Extra gentle, excellent. I've never had to dispense any of these, but you never know. Okay. Lozenges. Okay. Safety pins. Bottle bags. Man-sized Kleenex. You'll all need this if you miss me, like I'll miss you all.
Cute.
To my friends in the file area who particularly need this. Only a phone call away. Yes. Consumer Reports books, the new medicine show.
That's Pat Long. That's her cousin, I believe. Doing this. Well, I'll tell you, Melody did this for me when I retired 3 years ago. Stacy Dobie. Donna.
That's right, Thursday.
I think it's the Joanne Frisch, Joe Frisch, I think, who used to work in Medicaid disorders, I think.
Then I'll do whatever you want to do.
Mary Johnson, I think her name is. This is Pam from the office. Heckner is her name. This is Lynn Penny from the Bursar's office and Joanne from the Bursar's office. And this is Mike. Mike used to work in our office. There is Joe. There we go. Whoa, we got lots of people here now. Oh, and there's our good friend. Hi there. Yes, we're taking your picture. There's a good picture. That's Jerry Davidson from Bursars. She's Jerry Davidson's mom, and Kathy, and Pam's mom. Just a real nice gal. And Lynn Penny again, and there's our Dorothy. There's Jerry. Yes.
I couldn't pass that one. Sorry. I knew you were
Judy looks wonderful. Okay, that's Chuck Crumbacher talking to Dick there. Yeah, that is Dick Noreen. That's who I thought that was. John Olson, I believe, from Registration and Records. I've come here to see Melody. Okay. There's Big Al. The only name I know him by is Big Al. I know Jim Ellis from Loans Receivable. Oh, this is, oh dear. It's just... Nancy! Oh! From Personnel. George and I can't think of her name. And these are personnel people, right?
Used to be student employment.
Used to be.
Mary used to work with me.
Yes, that's right.
Oh boy, do you remember?
The one in blue is Vera Langford and Verna, her friend Verna. That's Bernie from computer. Yeah, there we go. This is Mary again, and George. Big Al. Melody, my feet are killing me. I'm not used to wearing shoes all day. Huh?
You always wear those high heels, so my goodness.
Give me these flats.
Oh, this is Don Buckner, and used to be in housing, but now I think he's assistant vice president of student affairs. How wonderful. This is my good friend Margaret Moeller, who I haven't seen in ages. Oh, come on, you look beautiful. You look just beautiful. And Jack Felder. Yes, Glad you like it. This is my Halloween necklace. Yes, yes. Okay, let me, oh, Joanne, how did she get in here? I didn't see her sneak in. Yeah. This is Jerry Carlson. You might just as well put the plate down, Jerry, because I think you look very nice. Listen, I did you a favor the other day. You have to do me one here. How quick you forget, how quickly my good deeds go by the wayside. There's Joanne Bergman. Okay, this is Dick Cochran from the bursar's office. I'm sure he'll be retiring pretty soon. Oh, this is Margaret Phillips from the housing area. Larry Sahlberg, I know that's Larry Sahlberg from Fiscal Grants, I believe. And I think who is with him is Darlene Vogler from the bursar's office. Just a real sweet person. So happy they've all been able to come today to see Melody and her. Farewell. Bon voyage. I hope that this records good because I'm doing it from the window area, but they're just starting to renovate this whole area in here, and I believe it's going to be named the Martin Luther King promenade or circle or whatever. But this is just the stages where they're planting. Okay, this is Bob Martin, that a latecomer, but we're glad he's here. There, oh, we get a hug. We get a hug. Oh, and here's Dick Flannery. Great, how fantastic. Gotta put my glasses on. I think Gary Brushel just came in, and now my battery's running down, so I'm going to have to stop. Okay, here we go. Beautiful picture. Lou, Melody, and Glenn, right? I know I am, sweetie. I know. Oh, what, dear? Yeah.